what does it look like in a single father home? Because when we listen to conversation, men will tell you, yeah, women poison our children against us. They say negative things to our children against us. And I was wondering, what conversations do men have when they are single parents? Because sometimes men are single parents even when the mother is there. You're right?
Yeah.
Because maybe the mother opted to move on and start a new family somewhere, and they left you with your child that you had when you were a teenager. Whatever it is that led or that leads to a man now being labeled a single father. I'm curious as to what kind of conversations do they have, especially if the child asks about the mom.
Yeah, I wish you could be on our chat group and just be a fly on the wall there, because we do discuss this. I lived with my daughter for many years here in Johannesburg, and her mom died when she was very young. But we also talk about, so if you're raising a girl child as a man, how does it look like? Can you address some of the issues that she raises or she goes through? Same as what I said about social fathers. We need social mothers as well for us, single dads, especially where we raise a girl child. I'm fortunate in my family because I'm from a big family. There's a lot of nieces and sisters and cousins. So my girl, I raised two daughters. So my daughters always have access to those people. But other guys that are friends of mine do not have that luxury. So where do they go? They don't have sisters. They don't have a lot of nieces. They don't have a lot of female cousins. And I say to them, same thing that we say to single moms. Go find a social mother, a spiritual mother to this daughter. So someone that you can trust, someone that you trust, someone that she can trust. Build that rapport, build the relationship. If there are issues that you don't understand that your daughter is going through, reach out to that person. Instead, because sometimes either the mother has passed or the mother is also on the run. I've got a friend of mine who's raising an 8-year-old daughter, and the mother, as soon as he took custody of the daughter, the mother stopped contributing financially. There's another issue. So mothers, as soon as mothers, because they think they lose custody, as soon as they lose parental care or primary care to the child, they wash their hands. Now the man must be responsible for everything. That breaks the relationship with the child. So this young man is struggling to convince the mother that you are still responsible to contribute financially, and you are still, the child needs access to you as well as a mother. So we are coaching single moms as well that don't wash your hands. If Stay is taking the child or whatever reason, because his personal circumstances are better suited to raise her, don't suddenly walk away now that she does not live with you. That's another stigma with single fathers.
Yeah. And I feel like single fathers then are not celebrated enough. We really do talk a lot about the hustles and the struggles of single mothers. They are in the majority, of course. The numbers that we read says it's 44% of them. But we need to encourage the 4% that are stepping up, that are doing their part, so that we see more coming into that bracket. And not that bracket reducing, because now there's more tensions, there's more misunderstanding. If anything, this session today must achieve a call to action where next time we look at the numbers, we see the numbers going up. Where
it's shifting. It's actually shifting.
Right? We want that shift to happen because every child deserves to be raised by two parents, regardless of their romantic relationship, regardless of their financial situation. And we need to break that cycle, because it usually continues. You find that I become a single mom, my daughter becomes a single mom, so the cycle continues because anything that is not done properly from the foundation becomes a generational legacy. And we want to create legacies of children who are well taken care of by both sides, you know,
Yeah.
and
We're trying to
yeah.
we're trying to break the cycle. I posted a statistic last week that to date in June globally, 363,000 men have committed suicide already in half a year. So you can multiply it by two that number. You can understand where we're going to be in December. I also posted something yesterday that said millennial dads, millennial fathers are 7 times more present in their kids' life than the previous generation. They are spending 7 to 9 hours a week with their kids compared to 2.5 hours a week in the previous generation. So you can see that younger men have got a very different approach to the emotional participation with their kids compared to Gen X and boomers. And I'm wondering why younger men find it useful to be present in their kids' life. So we need to ask the question, what about the older generation that makes it okay for them to be so distant from their kids? Is it the way we were raised as Gen X's and boomers? Is it because we were familiar with men that were working far away from home in the previous generations and we normalized that situation? Is it because jobs in the past were far away from home and only women would take care of the kids? What is it exactly? So as Single Dads Network, we are all about breaking those stereotypes, breaking those cycles and saying, now we live in the suburbs. Now we live closer to where we work, both mother and father. It's not about the apartheid days where people would take trains and only go home once every 6 months. So we are closer to the schools, we are closer to the workplaces. Why then are we still not present in our kids' lives?